Yasha gonna be first out versus Rogue is fashion. Already set a couple of bleeds on him, trying to see if he can bypass the cloak shots by the Rogue really early, trying to see if he can avoid a hammer justice as he got quite a lot of damage versus Yasha. Not even going for the death mark just yet. This just seems sustained damage. Massive cleave out of the Paladin. Look at take down the Rogue, blind to follow trinkets out. That's gonna be fashion in big trouble. Got him such a death in case things ever go wrong. But Yasha at no help whatsoever. If he gets interrupted right now, that could be the end of him. If only Fashion would have gone for a kick instead of Garrote, I think he would have just had the Paladin at no help whatsoever. Judgment almost gets him. Oh my, what was that? Was that exorcism? Just burned right through cheat death? Is that what that was? Troll is going to walk in, immediately popping up the Earth Fire Elemental. It's going to be immediate sentence proc, trying to see if he can close the gap with Yasha, leap and pass him. And it's going to be Yasha going in for a bit of a hodge onto Troll, trying to see if he can control him a little bit here. As Yasha still trying to play a little bit of defense right now. Does not have a bubble anymore, so he doesn't really have a way to deal with Troll whatsoever. Troll got himself the Ice Fury. The Frost Shocks are going to be very deadly. They're actually going to be very, very effective. Earth Shock, Frost Shock to combo, but it's going to be a hand of freedom for Yasha, preventing some of those Frost Shock damage. Like Lassa for Troll as he got himself a lot of damage right now. Literally damage at his fingertips. With big lava bursts as well as earth shocks, frost shocks to follow. That's a lot of just instant cast damage that is absolutely just unstoppable right now. I like it how shamans don't actually have to cast that many spells, by the way. It is kind of nutty. Yasha going in for early land hands, just trying to get himself a bit of catch up, trying to hopefully use a lot of the holy power to get some damage onto Troll. But as soon as he does have a hand of freedom, the man is going to get locked down for quite a bit. Knocked back with yet another rune. Hand of freedom is available. Shield of Vengeance. If you can get that shield to pop next to the shaman, he'll be in a good spot. He is going to break this shield while Troll going in for a leap. Stun. Troll can't disconnect from the guy whatsoever. Perfect opportunity for Paladin to get some damage, but does get knocked with a root right after. Biggest set is up for Troll. Trying to keep him in place. The starting totem getting eliminated fairly quickly. Back-to-back lava bursts are flying in for Troll. Needs more procs. Another rune to Yasha, looking for a bit of recovery. Ice Sphere right after to give himself even more instant cast value. Gonna be a hand of freedom to keep the Paladin moving. Trying to give himself a bit more resources. The shield of Vengeance is up. Needs to get that shield to pop next to Troll. Again, knocking it back, trying to create some space, but Yasha has a bubble right for the guy. Doing quite a bit of damage. Troll is in trouble. Yasha trying to see if he can end them. With the Paladin finally locking down Troll for just a second, the Shaman maybe limit to what they can do, trying to fish off a Lava Burst procs. Another Leon hits available for Yasha though, is able to get himself a little bit of healing. A Troll no help whatsoever, does have a dot burning on him as a holy dot is taking him down. A little bit of static on him around the corner. Yasha getting super low, getting procced up pretty hard, trying to go for a little bit more healing. Frost Shocks to keep him in place. Ice Sphere to follow, has himself the Hand of Freedom. Does he have enough cooldowns to stop down Troll? Is gonna go for a bit of a stun. Hex to follow, does he have a break out of it? Troll needs himself some more healing, but he doesn't have anything at all. Does give himself one more healing surge with a primordial big lava burst. Is it enough right now? Does he take him down? He needs one more big go, more lava burst. Get in the procs and he needs shield defense up for Yasha. Doesn't want to go down whatsoever. Troll with another knock, but Yasha with a hammer to the face. My goodness, and enough time has passed where Yasha has a bubble backup. He could just bubble carry right now. That's exactly what he's gonna go for. A shattering throw for carry. Trying to see if he can add the duel. Yasha with a Stormbolt has a trick and blind onto carry. Carry does break out of it with a trick and immediately trying to stay on top of Yasha. It looks like he's gonna be able to execute him down. My goodness, the duel between the two. Between the Shaman and the Paladin. The Paladin played that super well, by the way. The Paladin just felt like he has to play catch-up. He has to get knocked around, bounce around like a beach ball, and has to always crawl back over to the Shaman whenever he can. And every time he did it, he did end up doing the best he could with it. BD is going to be up next. Does dodge a Stormbolt from Carry, but going for a bit of that vengeful retreat. Trying to see if he can go for hit and runs with Carry. Walking by, hit him with a couple of glade tosses, a big blade dance, and then leap out of there. Eye beams from a distance. Just trying to go for like a ranged gameplay with him. Exploding the demon, but Carry does leap away. Big hunter follow. It's going to go for a bit more dot damage. Stun to Carry. That's what the demon hunter is just going to unleash his carnage, and this is going to be able to take him out very quickly. Trying to go for a little bit of hit and runs, picking up demonic, so consuming it gives him plenty of damage to work with. Gonna be yet another eventual retreat, trying to see if he can control KT. Stun by the Shadow Priest. Does he go maybe for a Fear versus BD? Could go for a Fear, does go for the Fear. Mindbender, trying to go for the big one shot. This one, BD knows exactly what to expect. He trinkets out of this one immediately. So KT will not be able to get himself that big damage wombo combo. BD just trying to see if he can avoid him as best possible. Got him some resources. Has eventual retreat in case he wants to close the gap that way. Instead, it's going to be a stun. Maybe eventual retreat right afterwards. Trying to give himself a little bit more air time. Once you use eventual retreat while you're in the air, you take less damage and you're immune to crowd control as well. So BD, if you can use that air time while going for like a Feld Wash together with the Immolation Aura for that big damage increase. That could be pretty good. Immunity for BD for just a second. Try to see if you can avoid KT. But BD is bleeding out little by little. The dots of VT as well as Pain are hurting him. So eventually he's going to go down. Next execute could be the end for BD. There's not much you can really do to stop it. Has to be proactive. That's going to be a stun with an IBM to follow. May just have to go for a eventual treat here. Instead he's going to fell rush past KT. Needs to get some dots on the guy, but cannot be in line of sight of him whatsoever. May have to go for a Sigil of Fear, that or a Darkness. Stun, does not have a trigger for this one. Maybe the end of him. Execute. Oh, KT does end up executing him down. Stun with double execute. Not much you can do about it. Sham gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can ramp up. Fear by the Shadow Priest is gonna break out very, very quickly. Trying to deny KT any kind of damage. Gonna be a mind bender for KT. Is gonna go for that Ascendance, but can't really do much about it right now. The LA Wolves are joining in, so maybe for Sham there could be quite a bit of lightning damage. Maybe a lasso to follow. It's gonna be a root onto Sham for a second. Cannot break out of it. And KT's given an opportunity to at least catch up a little bit of health. But I think it may be over. Sham trying to see if he can close the gap with him. Sham taking a bit of damage, but looks like the Shadow Priest did go down eventually with the Wolfies being on him. That was rough. He's lucky he had 0 demon procs. Demon Hunter, I do agree with you on that. Yeah, Demon Hunter versus the Shadow Priest. If you got demon procs, I feel like that would have been very, very, very different. Very, very different, Limitless. Krager is going to be up next. Looks like Shamchar didn't really give Krager much of an honor duel last time. But Krager, I think, is trying to give Sham as much of an honor duel as he can. Although Sham wants to go, man. He's ready. This guy is fired up. He's ready to go. Big Stormbolt by Krager. Immediately getting knocked back by Sham. Going to be charged by the Warrior. Does he get to establish control on him? Looks like as soon as he goes for a charge, it's kind of desynced on our screen a little bit, but not on his screen. Lightning lasso onto the Warrior. Does the Shaman get to escape him easily? He got a wall. He got everything. He doesn't have the Guardians to watch over him, though. So maybe in a bit of trouble with that. Krager taking a bit of damage really early on. Fear onto Sham. Maybe waiting out for the Flame Sharks to take out. Gonna go for Blaze Storm. Parry up. Sham trying to go counter aggressive. Wall as well as bonus available, but he has to wait until the parry's over. Ruda to Krager does escape with a trick, and Sham with a trick himself out of the Stormbolt. Trying to see if he goes for a bit of self-healing. Krager with a big bleeder to Sham, but Dragon Roar comes out. Sunder onto the Warrior. Big Blaze Storm to break out of it, and Krager does let him survive in that one. With Bear Rock gonna be up next to the Beastmaster Hunter. I don't think he's gonna give Krager an opportunity to escape unless Krager goes for a heal off of that pet. Battlemaster Chicken, Rallying Cry, trying to catch up to Bear. This is going to be immediate reflect, and I think Bear's just going to back up out of the immediately. Bestial Wrath got himself plenty of damage to charge up, but Krager just someone to Bear. I think it may be just over, yeah? Stun into Krager unless he's somehow going to heal. Yeah, not much is really given to Krager in terms of recovery. Didn't want to give him a proper chance to get an honor duel. A lot less honorable duels this week, boys, than last week. But hey, part of the 5v5 1v1 duels is you get a choice whether they want to give the other person an honor duel if you want to. Krager gave Sham an honor duel, but Sham is like, you know what? I don't care for one. Go, let's get in here. Let's get another one going.